Hacking. The glamorous world of typing furiously on a keyboard while dramatic music plays in the background. Who wouldn't want to be the hero or villain in their own cyber thriller? But before you start imagining yourself as the next Elliot from Mr. Robot, let's talk about the #1 mistake you're probably making right now. And no, it's not forgetting to wear your hoodie while hacking, though that's a close second. The biggest mistake you're making is thinking you can skip the boring stuff and jump straight to the cool part. You know, the part where you're breaking into systems, stealing data, and generally causing chaos, all while sipping a latte in a dimly lit room. Spoiler alert, if you're doing that without permission, you're not a hacker, you're a criminal. And if you're doing it with permission but no clue what you're doing, you're just embarrassing yourself. Let's start with the basics. You can't just download Kali Linux, fire up Metasploit, and expect to become the next Kevin Mitnick overnight. Sure, you might get lucky and stumble into a vulnerable system, but let's be real. You're more likely to accidentally DDoS your own router than pull off a sophisticated attack. Hacking isn't about blindly running scripts you found on GitHub. It's about understanding how systems work, why they break, and how to put them back together. But no, you're probably thinking, I don't need to learn all that boring networking and programming stuff. I'll just watch a few YouTube tutorials and call it a day. Great plan. Except here's the thing, those tutorials, they're like IKEA instructions. They'll show you how to build the table, but they won't tell you why the table keeps collapsing when you put anything heavier than a coffee cup on it. And let's talk about ethics. Oh, ethics. That thing you skip over because it's not as exciting as, say, defacing a website or stealing someone's Instagram account. But here's the deal. If you're hacking without permission, you're not a hacker. You're just a jerk with a computer. And trust me, the FBI doesn't care how cool you think you are when they're knocking on your door at 3 a.m. So, what's the solution? Build a lab. No, not the kind where you wear a white coat and mix chemicals, though that does sound fun. A virtual lab where you can practice your skills without breaking the law or ruining someone's day. Use tools like VirtualBox, set up some virtual machines, and go to town. Break stuff, fix it, break it again. It's like a sandbox, except instead of building sandcastles, you're building your skills. And no, your mom's laptop doesn't count as a lab. Now, let's say you've built your lab, learned the basics, and you're ready to actually do some hacking. Congratulations! You're now officially a script kiddie with potential. But here's where another mistake creeps in: overconfidence. You run a few scans, find a vulnerability, and suddenly you're the king of the cyber world. Newsflash. Finding a SQL injection vulnerability on a poorly secured WordPress site doesn't make you a hacker. It makes you slightly better than the person who set up the site without changing the default admin password. And don't even get me started on tools. Yes, tools are great. They're like cheat codes for hacking. But if you're relying on them to do all the work, you're not a hacker. You're a button pusher. Real hacking requires creativity, critical thinking, and a willingness to fail. A lot. If you're not failing, you're not learning. And if you're not learning, you're just pretending to be a hacker while everyone else laughs at you. Finally, let's talk about mindset. Hacking isn't just about technical skills. It's about curiosity, persistence, and a willingness to embrace the grind. It's about staring at a screen for hours trying to figure out why your exploit isn't working, only to realize you forgot a semicolon. It's about celebrating the small wins, like finally getting a reverse shell after 47 failed attempts. And it's about knowing when to walk away before you accidentally take down a Fortune 500 company's website. So, to recap, the #1 mistake you're making while learning to hack is thinking you can skip the basics and still be successful. But hey, if you want to keep pretending you're a hacker while running scripts you don't understand, go ahead. Just don't come crying to me when you get caught, or worse, when your hack turns out to be a glorified Google search. Hacking is a journey, not a sprint. It's about learning, growing, and occasionally breaking things in the process. So take your time, build your skills, and for the love of all things digital, don't be an idiot.